We are now live.
We are. Okay. 30 minutes. Let's do it. Mine says connecting. No?
Let's see. Connecting.
Live.
It says live.
There we
Live.
go.
Boom. We have
Live
one
now.
viewer. 3.
There we go.
All right.
It's exciting. Oh, Trip?
Trip. Nice. Trip.
Amazing.
Nice. All right.
Here we go. Are we supposed to shout people out? Wait,
We can shout out some people. Love it. Second Saturdays. I want to get that up. Live video. There it is. Live video with Dennis McCarthy.
Okay.
Live video. Okay.
So,
People,
you're my dad.
We should wait for a few minutes because
We said 4:30. Okay.
Yeah, I know we said, but they couldn't. There was nothing for them to click until right now.
Okay. Okay, but can I tell you something that I discovered today?
Not if it's exciting. We got to save the good stuff.
No. I think it's fine. Okay, I'm going. I'm turning around.
Introduce you to people.
My
Hi,
thing.
Norman.
Hi, Norman. Okay, so I'm turning around my screen. So here's my ring light.
Yeah, boom.
Okay, so that's your page.
I was wondering why it looked so good. I need a ring light.
Do you know that you cut me out of your profile? That picture, that's obviously me with the hair.
If Kennedy is on right now, I don't know.
She's not on.
Yep. Well, see, that's her fault.
Oh yeah.
I could do the double profile with you and me, but yes, that is your hair.
No, well, I mean, just don't leave my hair in it. You can't just.
I couldn't get any closer.
Okay. Okay.
Cut you out.
This is the biggest drinking day of the year. Do you know this?
Yes, it is. All right. I should be. Yes. Biggest drinking day of the year.
Okay. So wait. You're not drinking?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers.
All right.
So we would. Oh, nice. A Rebellions and Rebels.
The first major book. All right.
That's
cheers.
A Lori.
All right. Thank you.
So we used to call today, the day before Thanksgiving, Dennis McCarthy holiday.
Yeah, the Dennis McCarthy holiday. That's right.
And that would be because we would all go out
and hit it a little too hard.
A little too hard. Yeah, but that has served us well.
It's why we're here.
Yes.
Our ability in bars is why we're here. So let me introduce you.
Okay, go for it.
All right. This is Nicole Galovski, the Emmy-nominated Nicole Galovski, Emmy-nominated for writing. She's also a producer. She has founded the production company, Culture House, and her shows and productions have been seen everywhere, including HBO, Netflix, Disney Plus, and she can keep going. She's a tremendous producer. Hulu, and on Hulu, don't forget Hulu. I couldn't be more proud. And she's also my daughter, by the way. I said you had great genes.
I am.
My post on this. You are also producing a movie about me that's very lucky. I'm very lucky on that. On the North Shakespeare Discovery. And we'll see when that's coming out.
Yes. I did just do a big Substack post about it. I'm not done yet. We've been filming this since October 2015. Right. And, for me, I'm watching this incredible story unfold. You're obviously my dad. But, in my post about it, it was fun to write about it and remember, I just had entered the world of production. So my career kind of spanned from going from aid work to nonprofit work to doing a film festival. And then I really was like, if I want to be making movies instead of just programming them, I've really got to start to make my leap. So 2014 into 2015 was really like my first year in production, and I've been watching your story unfold since You started there 2005?
Yeah, you were a hostage audience.
2005. So I'd already been watching the story unfold for 10 years. And, you're always thinking of all the stories that you want to tell. When you first start out, obviously, you're working on so many other people's projects and making other things happen. You're working your way up, you're a production assistant, all of those things. And I was like, well, this is the story. Like, this is the story that I have the front row seat to, and it's changing the world, and I can be the one to do it. And I really wanted someone else to do it for a long time, just because, I was still getting my sea legs or my production legs and figuring it out and wishing somebody else would take it on. But now I really I think the film is an evolution of so many things. It's an evolution of your discovery. It's an evolution of our family. It's an evolution of me as a filmmaker. And I particularly love films that have all of those layers, as it's like, if there's any documentary fans out there, where it's like part stories we tell, part Moneyball, part, all of these different things. So, yeah.
There we go. There we go. I'm very proud of you, and I'm
Aw.
over the moon with you. Thank you very much for taking this project on and working on it for as long as you have. You were also instrumental in many ways. You also helped transcribe a lot of the work that I was doing.
I
Transcribe
did.
the Thomas Norris Travel Journal and other things, and also using plagiarism software to help find. I almost never credit you, which I think is which I should do more often. I do. You're in the acknowledgments, but not as
Yeah.
much as you should be. Yeah, with a lot of the plagiarism software, one of the lines that you found was "Milch kind to the
Kind of the
pail,
Pale.
milch kind to the
That
pail."
was me.
Yeah,
Everyone, if you've seen that and are impressed by Milch Kind of the Pale,
uh,
that was
which was
me.
in
In 1555, Thomas North kept a travel diary of his journey throughout Italy, France, Austria, Germany, and the Netherlands, and singled out Lombardy as the most fruitful of all others, describing his trek through the fertile land as if riding between gardens, and noting his eyes never saw any soil comparable to it for beauty and profit. North noted the Lombardy farms were especially rich in cattle, writing, "We saw 100 fat oxen in a stable." And from another text of North, we know also he used a unique phrase, "milch kind to the pail," for cows ready for milking, and he counted them in scores. This all explains the description of Lombardy in Taming of the Shrew, as well as one of its wealthy farms. Is this just a coincidence? No one else in the searchable history of the English language has used the phrase "milch kind to the pail." No one, that is, but the two writers who were so awed by the garden-like quality of Lombardy.
in the play, and it's clear because no one else in the history of the English language used "milch kind to the pail" except in Thomas North's work describing Eastern witches, and then the passage in Taming of the Shrew, which clearly borrows from it. That was Nicole, but even better, Michael Blanding, who wrote In Shakespeare's Shadow, The Rogue Scholar, blah 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 blah. It's about the story Michael Blanding, the great Michael Blanding, New York Times bestselling author, decided to, fortunately for us in literary history, decided to take on this project of Thomas North and write, and Nicole's in the book as well, write a book on the subject. But the way we got Michael Blanding is very interesting. I can let you take it, or
Uh, right.
so
So
it's
he'd
at
written The Map
Lafayette.
Thief.
He's the best-selling author of The Map Thief.
Yes.
He's coming to Lafayette. This is uh,
Lafayette is a college in Pennsylvania.
right.
And it's because of June Fluter, who's also a god and this
Who
unbelievable rare book hunter, scholar,
who's my
Shakespeare
co-author,
scholar, who, yeah,
co-researcher. She's been with me for
just
15 years.
you'll
We've
see
done
it.
everything together, worked everything together. She has
You'll
made
eventually see
it,
it in the documentary, but her house is filled with books. Every inch of the house is filled with. It was like one of the best places to film in because it's
And no,
just this
and
extraordinary situation.
when we say filled with books, no one has ever seen anything like this.
Yes.
Every part of, and it's a 3-story house, every room is just floor to ceiling bookshelves and just jammed with very important books. Her husband, Paul Schluter, who's just passed away, uh, unfortunately, was just a wonderful scholar himself as well, and a Doris Lessing scholar, the Pulitzer Prize winning Doris Lessing. But he would have books that were signed by the authors. He was friends with I believe Anthony Burgess of a Clockwork Orange and other people, and of course
Yeah.
Doris Lessing. And he's got and so many of the books in there are signed. So it's just this wonderful place. And June's the queen of this
Right.
book house.
Well, and I know we're getting to the Michael Blanding story, which also has to do with drinking and also has to do with bars and all of the things, and how we got a best-selling author to write a book about my dad as not friend, but like an independent scholar who had some, you
Right.
know, a very
Right.
uphill battle to do this.
Right. No.
But you need someone like like when I think about when people are trying to break through with new ideas, it's almost impossible without a June, like a
Yes.
June-like figure
Right.
who, comes from the inside, but
Right.
has an open mind and is persuaded by truth and is able to
Yes.
then start to work alongside people who are trying to bring new ideas into the fold. And like she's just such an extraordinary woman and character. Anyway, but you're going to go do a talk. No.
No. Blanding is.
Blanding's doing the talk. Is he here? Where is Michael Blanding anyway?
No, he's probably not. That son of a bitch.
Unbelievable. Fine, Michael. Whatever. We don't care.
Well, maybe we'll post this and
Yeah.
we can see it with talk. All right. So, yes, he was the Schluter. So the Schluters had a lecture. They're very important scholars at Lafayette, and they would host a lecture every year. And he was and the a board votes on who they're bringing in. They brought in Michael Blanding, and he was the Schluter lecturer for that year. Is this 2015, 16? 17? All right.
No,
It's gotta
15.
be
It's
20,
gotta be.
maybe it might be 2015.
I think it's 2015.
Okay, so in any case, he's there and June Schluter invites me, so we go down to Lafayette. Nicole and I go down to Lafayette, and we know he's also an investigative reporter, and he's written lots of, important articles, and our plan was, and I'll let you take it from here, but our plan was to okay, I'll take it from here.
No,
Our
it doesn't matter. We can riff.
Our plan was to hopefully entice him into writing an article on the subject. We never thought he would write a full book on it, which is just
Right.
unbelievable. But we wanted to get him to write a book on the
Write an
subject,
article, right.
and an article on the subject. And he gave his speech, and there was a dinner reception after his wonderful lecture on the map thief. And at the dinner, we had a table, June had a table where he was going to be sitting with us, this big round table. There's other uh, higher ups, muckety mucks at Lafayette that were there. And they all sat on one side of a table, and there were 5 seats left. And Nicole and I knew Michael was going to have to sit there. So we sat consciously at this seat and this seat. So no matter where he sat in the other 3, he had to sit next to one of us. And we knew if he sat next to one of us during dinner, it was over. He was going to do an article on us, especially
Well,
Nicole. If he's sitting next to Nicole,
well, I will say, if he sat next to one of us, we were definitely going out
we're
after
definitely
the
going on.
dinner,
Yes,
and then the chances of the article were going up and up.
right.
I mean, the book didn't come out till 2020.
His book, yeah, but he had an article by 2018, I believe. That's when the
Yes.
yeah,
Front page of
that's
the New York
when the
Times. 2018. And yeah, and that's what really started like the momentum behind the documentary too,
Right.
because it was all of a sudden kind of following, it
Right.
was co-following Michael's journey in writing the book as well, and him coming as a full-on investigative journalist and outsider, and his perception of everything that he had been doing as well, which is just amazing. Like, what a hero Michael Blanding is.
Yeah.
As well. He has a new Hobby Lobby book. Get his Hobby Lobby book.
That's not out yet. Yeah, it'll be out in early spring.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be great. And I'll try
He's
to
an
get him on.
extraordinary writer, such a gifted writer, person, journalist. It's, yeah,
And
how
fearless.
lucky.
He's fearless.
Yeah.
He comes off, he's very kind and well-mannered, and but he is but that belies fierceness to him that and a never say die quality to him, and a fearlessness to him that is hidden by his really calm and nice and sweet exterior.
Yeah. And, you know, the difference in documentary, you always show the subjects, or at least that's become common practice now, is that you show the subjects the film beforehand to ensure that you represented them accurately. Sometimes they can say something, sometimes they can't. Martha Stewart had this whole thing about how she tried to get them to change all the scenes and he wouldn't, but you show them so that you can have like an informed conversation about why you made the choices that you did, so you understand each other if there are changes that want to be made, or accuracies that were misrepresented or whatever. You get to go through that, but it's actually not common practice at all for subjects of books to be able to read, because that is considered to compromise the journalistic integrity of the book.
So everyone was warning me, including Nicole, like, okay, this is an investigative journalist. And everyone said, many people said the same thing. That doesn't mean he's your friend. And what was because
I didn't say off the record, not once. Not once.
I know.
Off the record, through drinking, through England,
Right,
and
I know.
France, and Italy. Oh my God.
And when I come off like an ass in the book, it's also because of Nicole, by the way.
It's me. I'm just like, I'm like insane.
All right. So in any case, but I was very worried. We were worried the entire time. Well, how what is this? How bad am I going to come across? And what's he going to say about the theory? And this was true.
Well, because the map thief, he befriends Smiley in jail to tell his story.
Forbes Smiley, or Smiley Forbes.
And, it's not, it's honest, and it's
honest,
thrilling
but he really does not come across well.
Right.
And in The Map Thief does not come across well, and that's what we were concerned about. Well, first of all, how we got him is that June, being June, said, Michael, you should ask Dennis about Shakespeare. He's got some interesting ideas, or should ask him what he thinks about Shakespeare. And Michael, and this was still at dinner, I said, Michael asked me, he said, what do you think about Shakespeare? And I said, I think we should have another scotch. And we just had a drink, and we went to another bar that was very loud, had some more drink, but never,
right.
At that point,
really had to let him draw it out of you.
Yes.
Not like on this live where we're going hardcore milk kind of pale immediately.
Right. So so the idea was, first, make him kind of like us or find us interesting. And Nicole's much better at that than I am. And it's why she's gotten where she has. So we took him out to a bar that was relatively loud, and he actually has that scene in the book. And then finally,
total college bar, like Jello shots happening all around us.
Right. And finally, after a few drinks, and I think everybody's loosened up and warm up, then I then I talked with him about Shakespeare. He wasn't buying it, but he was at least now loosened up to listen to it. And then when we found the George North manuscript and we're publishing a book on that, he wrote an article and it made the front page of the New York Times. And the entire time people were saying, well, what people were saying, is Michael Blanding, how is he going to present this? How is he going to present this? And I still didn't know, and I still hadn't read the article, still hadn't read anything that he's written about the North Theory or me. And when it appears in the front page of the New York Times, and Nicole calls me and said, do you know what the title of the article is? And I said, well, it's not going to be New Hampshire man wrong about Shakespeare. So, right. It's not like, you can't believe this
Right. That's
moron.
even on the slowest news day.
Right.
And
Even on the slowest
however
news
critical
day,
you
that's
are
not
of the
going
New
to
York
make.
Times,
Right.
that's not making
Right.
front page.
Right. So that was good. And then he made it. But you also, um, we were in another bar in Nantucket, which is kind of how you got your start in production.
Yeah. Yep. I've told that story as well on my uh on my Substack. And you were there.
I was there. Yes.
Yeah. We were hitting up the Nantucket Film Festival. You have a best friend that lives on Nantucket. My brother also lives on Nantucket.
Right.
My stepbrother lives on Nantucket, and so
We won't name drop.
but we were there, and I was scouting films because I used to program for the New Hampshire Film Festival, and I was knowing that I wanted to move into production. I was looking for various jobs. I'd had a few opportunities locally and doing those things. And, everything always happens in the line to the bathroom. I met this woman. I think her name was Susie or something, and she's like, "What's your story?" And I'm like, "Well, I run this film festival in New Hampshire, but I really want to start producing and making things. And I'm here scouting films, but I also am really starting to build relationships to start my own personal filmmaking journey." And she was like, "Oh my God, if you talk to no one else tonight, you have to talk to Jonathan Burkhart. He started the Nantucket Film Festival and and now he's this incredible producer and he's right over there." And the man that was right over there was surrounded by all the special guests of the festival, like a lot of other dudes, like totally encircling him. And I go back over to my dad at the bar and I was like, how am I going to go talk to this guy? I'm going to just at some point have to bust my way in. So I kind of I'm sitting there, I'm drinking, I'm scoping it out, I'm watching. Finally, they call last call and I'm like, okay, I can't not go over there.
Right.
So I go over, I kind of try, it's one of those, it's not like a fully formed circle, but it's pretty. So I'm outside the circle, trying in between shoulders to be like, hey, and I'm like, excuse me. Full conversation stops. Everybody looks at me and I'm like, oh God, what have I done? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, I was talking to your childhood friend Susie in line at the bathroom, and she said if I did nothing else, I needed to talk to you tonight. And I was like, because we have a lot in common. He goes, oh yeah, what do we have in common? And I say, well, and I noticed he was holding scotch. I said, well, I'm running a film festival. I want to start producing and I really like scotch. And he looks around at all the guys in the circle and he says, I'm sorry, guys. I have to go take this conversation. And he goes over and he was just so generous. And this is just the kind of guy Jonathan is as well. So generous with just knowledge and anything that he could do to support me and getting started in filmmaking. He ended up giving me his card, and so I emailed him, and he ended up bringing me on as a talent coordinator onto some first sets in New York City, where I got to work for PBS, and it was amazing. But it was very funny because we go back over to the bar where they had just called last call. And I was like, and actually, I think it's time to introduce you. to my father, who
Yeah, I
you
know.
were
I
you
know.
were standing right
Right,
there
I did,
in the bar. And
Yeah.
anyway, then the three of us then went out, and Ben Stiller ended up meeting us out. It was like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
very wild, crazy
Very
night
good
that
time.
ended in my first New York City
And then your
producing job.
skyrocketing career.
Yeah,
Boom. Boom,
fun
boom,
times.
boom.
We've got 3
Fun time.
minutes. Are there any questions? What have we
Dude,
have we entertained, or people? Was that good?
I
Any
should
other
tell
stories?
people. Yes. Okay. Are you on a tight schedule here? You are.
I kind of am. I've got
Okay.
a little bit of postpartum hair. I had a baby in January. Got a little bit of postpartum hair going on. I'm going to go get my hair done, cut, and all of the things. Any burning questions?
Question. Yeah. What else is it going to do? Things are coming up. Well, let me just give it.
Oh,
Let
yeah,
me
yeah,
just.
yeah.
Things are
Give the
coming up.
update.
An article is coming out that's huge. It uses AI and shows that Thomas Lodge, Ben Jonson, Thomas Nash, all were identifying Thomas North as the original author of Shakespeare plays. These are on satires. They were writing spoofs. This is well known that they would write spoofs at the time of other playwrights, and they were thinly disguised spoofs. One of the first references to Shakespeare, he is called Shakespeare. He isn't called Shakespeare. He's called Shakespeare and is identified by a line. But they were doing the same thing to Thomas North, as we show, and they were actually marking him as the original elder author of these old plays. So that's coming out. We I'm in discussions with reporters on that. Uh, that's coming out in January 8th. There's other things. Michael Blanding's back in town. He might write something. And Dark Lady's coming out. Then Fair Youth uh, and Rival Poet. Those will all be out coming soon. And we're just going to keep solving all the mysteries that remain. I work like a dog on this just for my subscribers. I will debate you, right? Oh, David W. Richardson. Yes, this is a check to see uh, how this live works. Yes, David, I will debate you in this format. You
Oh,
can even
nice.
have the top one.
Substack Live.
Substack
Love
Live.
it.
Yeah.
We were thinking of doing this monthly.
Yeah.
We'll get a good format going.
Yeah. Well, you're easy to talk to.
Aw, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
No, but you're also.
Yeah, on my end, I don't have anything coming out till next year, but I'll hype the things that I have coming out.
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Okay, this was kind of fun. We only talked 2 topics. I thought we were going to discuss a lot more. But
Yeah,
listen,
we go fast. We
I know.
take our
So,
time.
when are you doing this again? I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to regroup and see how this worked. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah. Thank you so much for pre-gaming with us on Thanksgiving Eve. I hope that you have families that you like as much as we like each other.
Yes, Nicole is having Thanksgiving tomorrow.
That you
Oh my
showed
God.
up to have a drink.